Hi there, good evening. Welcome to Tuesday Talk. I just found out something really cool, and I'm going to share that with you right away. So last week I was making unicorn ornaments and all these different ornaments, and we're going to continue that this week. So I'm going to follow up a little bit. So here's the unicorn ornament that I was working on last week. I just changed the ribbon on it, and I also used some paint to make the eyes a little bit darker. So I did that. I also found that these little glasses make really cool ornament holders. Okay, so here's the cool thing I just learned. My friend Dawn said to try Mop and Glow in the ornament and then put your glitter in. Guess what? It works. I think I need to do some more, put a little more in, but it just it absorbs the glitter right away and it just stays where you put it. So there's another one, and actually I'm going to change the ribbon on this one while we're talking, because that one has some pink ears, so we could do a little pink on that one as well. And I'm going to show you the other ornaments and different ones tonight. So I'm looking for my pink ribbon, and it has disappeared. Okay, well, maybe I'll do that later then. I just had it. Okay, so anyway, we're going to put pink ribbon on this guy too. And then I did one other one. Well, everything's eluding me here. I did another unicorn ornament. Oh, they're going missing. Okay, I did a red one. Okay, I'm sure she'll turn up later. So I did another. Oh, here's the unicorn. So again, I beefed up the eyes on that one. I just love this. I got this set of really cool brushes, and they're so detailed, but I used paint and I was able to make the eyes a little better. And I used the gemstone mousse in the garnet to paint this ornament. And I did the little flowers and everything in red and green. The ears have some pink on them though. So I'll use the pink ribbon on this one as well. So, but I think these are turning out really, really cute. All right. So I did another ornament, and that's how that one turned out. I put the rosebuds on it, the molds, and I just did the ribbon on that one as well. So I'm going to be doing some more of these because I really do like these. But I have another little quick and easy one. So I'm all about repurposing stuff. So I've had this jar of Scrabble tiles for a long, long time. So I thought, well, what fun words could we spell? Holiday words. And also I've had these tags. And these are they're like chalkboard. They have just a rough surface sort of. So you could use chalk on them. So what I did was I spelled out some words. I spelled out Mary. And if you used chalk on these, you could, but it's going to rub off. So I got my oil-based marker and used them on here to make it look like chalk. So I'm going to do some of these right off the bat. So I will put the screen down, and I have them all here ready to go. And I'm just going to use hot glue, but we're going to spell the word angel. So just a little bit of hot glue on there. So I hope everybody's doing well tonight. I say this every week, but I can't believe how fast the weeks fly by, and it's Tuesday before I know it. And so I was preparing for you guys tonight, and also I have Around the Alleghenies taping tomorrow. So I had another demo to prepare, and it was about repurposing as well. So I think that one will air November 24th, I think, possibly. I'll have to check. But we're talking about holiday decor and repurposing. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing I did the last time and just do a little holly and berries, which is like one of the easiest, I think, things to draw. I used to draw these when I was little, but just a couple of them. You do 2 or 3. Put one up here. We'll do a 3 and 2. And then I also have an oil. So these are oil-based markers. I use these a lot on glass. You always want to make sure that you have the ink down to the point. Then I'm just going to put a couple berries on here. Berries always in groups of 3, right? I don't know. I don't think that's a law or anything, but in my world it is. Okay, and then I'm going to just grab some jute, twine. These are super easy, right? Put it in from the front. Yeah, I like the way that looks better. Okay. Knot it at the top. You could also use these for gift tags, and you could use the oil-based marker on the back and write to so-and-so from so-and-so, to John from Mary. So we have Angel. I think these are cute. They're just simple. Okay, let's do love. We used to play Scrabble a lot when I was growing up. My mother was super, her vocabulary was amazing. She did crossword puzzles. All her life she always said she just got by high school barely. But she was really a smart woman. She had a great vocabulary, and so she taught us a lot of words. Okay, so we have love, and I'm going to do the same thing with the holly. That's funny. I just always remember as a kid drawing holly around Christmas time. Certain flowers that you learn to draw are just easy. Well, this was definitely one of those easy things, those holly leaves. I listened to Christmas music today at work, so I'm in the spirit. We have the tree up at the store, not at home, but we have it up at the store. We have a really interesting tree. You'll have to stop by and see. We have one that's just perfectly suited for 2020. You'll have to stop by and see. Garland and all, it's just a 2020 tree. Through and through. All right. We have a little theme here. So we have love, angel, Mary. I think these are cute. I always like, when you have some ornaments that are similar on the tree. So it's nice to have like ones that your kids make you and stuff. But if you're going to have a couple that are alike, you sort of have a theme going. I always kind of like an eclectic kind of tree, different things. But I do like a few of the ornaments to match. But I'm really weird about distributing them evenly. I am dripping glue everywhere, including on my finger. That didn't feel good. Okay, so I have piece on there and I have glue strings. And you do know when you have glue strings, you can use the hairdryer to get rid of them. But I'm not going to worry about it right now. I don't have a hairdryer here. But it just makes those little fine hairs disappear. I think everybody knows that trick, but in case you didn't, there you go. You're welcome. Okay. I would draw something different if I knew what else to draw on here. Guess I could do silver bells or something like that. But we have a theme going with the holly. So we're going to stick with it. There. Have to put our little string on here. And then we'll see what else we'll get into here. I also brought the rest of the ones from last week that I finished up. Okay. Peace. And you would think in all of those Scrabble letters that we could find a J, because I wanted to spell joy. No J's. Okay. And you can do so much with Scrabble letters. I want to start soldering again. I haven't done it for a long time. And Scrabble letters are fun to solder around. You put the soldered tape around and then use the soldering iron. So we have 4 ornaments that are alike, and I just think they're really super cute. So I'll set them aside. Now, here's another update from last week. have a nice cup of tea because it's really cold out. It's snowing. Feel free to comment wherever you are and tell me if it's snowing there. Okay, so remember we did the coaster ones last week? So here's the finished one. I just did that garnet around the sides and just kind of carried it around to the front. Put the little pink ribbon on. I think these are cute. And the other one out of the coaster, and it's the French Country one that I did with the transfers. I'd love to do some more of these, and I just might, because I think that looks good with the gold on the sides. And I just put a simple, like a white cotton, but you could dress it up a little bit more, I think, with a gold ribbon. I just didn't happen to have any, so that'll be on my list. I also have some nice blue ribbon now that I might do some ornaments with. There's not enough hours in the day to do all the things that I want to do because I'm real anxious. I've been catching up with custom pieces at the store, and I'm working on a, another piece to sell, and I'm really excited about it. So I can't. I didn't get to touch it all day today, so I'm anxious to get back to that. Okay, I want to show you another new toy that I have, and I did not think these were going to be as tiny as they were, but they're alphabet blocks. They're stamps, and they come apart. I only took the A off so far, but these are going to be cute, and I think we're going to try these tonight. Um, so I don't know whether you have been watching long enough to remember that we did some tags a while back, and this one I just used a rabbit mold on and painted the whole thing. So I want to do something similar to make some ornaments. So I only and here's my pink ribbon. Okay. I only brought home I just brought white, red, green, and black paint. And I only brought one mold home. So this is the mold, and it's got roses on it. So all of my ornaments are going to have to be rose ornaments tonight. So what I thought I would do, I was trying to look at them and see what would fit on one of those cards, one of those tags, and also what would look Christmassy. So kind of thought that the wreath might. I knew I had a sneeze coming. Okay. I have allergies. I would think that it would stop when it starts snowing. So I guess it's all the wet leaves, but put the lid on my glitter. Don't want that to get knocked over. Okay, so I just got it on my mold. So we may have glitter in our mold. So I brought home the modeling material. So that's what we're going to use. So remember, you can use modeling material, you can use hot glue, you can use 2-part epoxy, and we've done it all, right? So tonight we're using the modeling material. So I'm just kind of making this kind of in the like a coil shape or a round shape because it's just easier to press into a mold like that. Yeah, I do see a little bit of glitter on there. This modeling material is so nice. Okay, so as always, we pull away from the edges. Or away from the edges, I should say. Do the same thing into the center because this is a wreath. Okay, you want to make sure it's flat because we're gluing it onto something. Just want your edges to be nice and sharp. Your mold to be flat and the edges to be nice and crisp. So you kind of push them back in. Okay, so now I'm just going to flip it over and just coax it out. I saw somebody doing this the other day with a new method, so I might have to try it. She put it down and was just like hitting it, and then she picked it up and it just popped right out. So might have to try that. Sorry, tea break. Okay. Now I could glue this right on here, but I want to paint it first. Let's see how well it fits. Pretty good fit. I think that's going to be cute. So I'm going to go ahead and paint it, and then we'll glue it on. That'll give it a chance to dry. So let's see. It's really just flowers. So I'm going to do reds and greens because that's all I have. I don't think black would be appropriate on there. I could coat the whole thing in white first and then paint, but I think I'm just going to, what a difference in those other brushes. This is an artist brush, but it's nice and soft. These other small ones, I mean, there's different ones. There's a fan and all that, but they have a firmer bristle. And I think that for what I'm doing right here, that might be more appropriate. I'm picking these little squared ones. There's a lot of detail in there, but I'm just picking those ones. And I do have my water here because I'm not going to let these ones soak. So everywhere there's a flower, I'm just going to paint that red. Like almost at the bottom of my containers, but that's okay. And I think I'm just going to paint the center of the flower red too. Since I'm only working with 2 colors, it doesn't have to be really that detailed. Because I think, since I'm only working with 2 colors, we're going to just want to see a little flower and a little leaf, and that's going to be enough. We'll be able to determine that it's flowers. And I'll paint the bow as well. Looks like there's a little greenery on the bow, which is cool. Nice cool feature. So this is going to be pretty and colorful. I am not sure, but I think this is part of the bow. So we're just going to go with it. Sometimes we worry a lot about what we do when we're painting and creating. And, sometimes when you suggest something, the mind fills it in. if that makes any sense. For instance, when I was in high school, my art teacher said to, he suggested, because I was doing a flower pot, a plant, and he suggested that I didn't put the sides in. I did like the top of the flower pot, and then I did the base of it. He said, "Don't put those sides in." He said, just a suggestion. He said, because the viewer, their mind will fill it in. And I thought, wow, that's really interesting, and I loved it. So, and it's true. Your mind does fill the lines in. So I think that's kind of what will happen with this piece. We put some red and green in there. Doesn't have to be perfect. What I can discern here, I'm painting and okay. Now we'll do some leaves. I think I'll pick this one. Oh, so I put it in the red again. Okay, we'll take this one. Take this one. Okay, green this time. My paint is, I grabbed an kind of an older jar of paint, I guess. It's really thick, so I might have to add a drop or two of water in here. And of course, I always use Dixie Belle paint. The chalk mineral paint is water based, so when you add water to it, it reactivates it. So even when my paint is old, lots of times it gets a little bit hard when it sits, and you can just bring it back to life, with a little bit of water, which is what we did here. I think this little thing is cute. Some little details here. And you don't need a lot of detail to look at it and appreciate the red and the green and know that it's a wreath and flowers. Let's see how it's turning out. I did not bring home any type of glue other than my hot glue tonight, and I typically don't use that on molds, but we are tonight. So okay, that's about all I'm gonna do on there. Yeah, I could do a little more green, I suppose, and make it look like greenery in the background. Maybe I will do that. I'll go ahead and use this other brush and put a little water in here. Yeah, I kind of like that. Because then it really does look more like a wreath. So I think it's supposed to be more of a springtime, like garlands and roses type thing, but we're adapting it and making it look Christmassy. Yeah, I think this is cute. Fill that in there. Okay. There, very, very Christmassy. Very merry. All right. Now I'm gonna put it kind of higher up on the um, yeah, this thing. Not sure what I'm trying to say. Label, tag. I'm gonna put it higher up because I'm gonna try stamping with those with the new letter stamp on the bottom. So this is gonna go about there. I'm not gonna glue it yet because I'm gonna let that paint dry just a tad. Okay, so let's do Joy. So these are these new stamps. I got from Michael's. Like I said, I just thought they were bigger. If I would have read, I probably would have realized they weren't. But I'm definitely going to get a larger set because I wanted them for books, for book stacks. I was hoping for letters that were about an inch or so. And again, good to read directions. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I think I want to use white paint. And, typically stamps are meant to be used with ink, but I'm not going to do that because I'm just going to use paint. So I'm just going to take the lid. This is Sawmill Gravy. That's one of my favorite colors. Okay, so I'm going to start with the O because it's in the middle. So we're spelling joy. So I'm going to dip this in here. Make sure I have the whole letter. And I got a good impression. Okay. And I'm going to wipe that off. Okay. And now the J. Okay. Now too much. It was good the first time. I'm going to get it all off. I have a paper towel here. Get it all off of there and start again. Because I really just want a nice little crisp impression. Okay. Okay. Use my left hand here. Trying to get over it so that I make it straight. Okay, that's not so perfect. Didn't do such a great job. Um, all right, and then the Y. Oh, that's the O again. Here's the Y. Hopefully it'll look. Wow, I'm really out of control. With paint, it's different than ink. You can't get a lot of paint on here because it is going to be a hot mess. So that's why I'm wiping off most of it and trying again. There. See, with the J, what I did on here, I did it with the O and it was perfect. And I did it with the Y and it turned out good. But I didn't do it with the J. So just kind of blot it off once when you're using the paint. Okay. Now I think this is dry enough. I'm going to flip it over and get some glue on here. I think this is really cute. I know I've said that a few times tonight, right? So I could use one of these to tie it, or I have another ribbon here. I have this little like farmhouse plaid. I think that's kind of cute. It's not a red or a green, but I think it's cute because it sort of matches the off-white. Or I could use this string. I kind of like this. I think I'm going to go with that. Pardon me. Okay. I'm going to do the same kind of tie. Put it in through the front. And then grab it this way. And tie the top. I just love handmade things because they're all different. Okay, I'm going to hold this up. I really like that. Okay, what else can we do? I guess we could do roses and just have them be red and green. So sure, let's do another one of those. Gonna have another sip of tea. It's not really that warm anymore. Okay. All right, what should we spell this time? I'm gonna get this and get a little bit of this paint off of here because I don't want it to build up on these stamps. Baby wipes would probably be good to get that excess off of there because that'll really make it worse. Okay, so what should we spell? So if we make some roses, I don't know, Joy still, or Mary. We could spell out Mary. Could spell out Merry Christmas too, but I just like the simple, just one word. Of course, we'll use the R twice. And I have the Y out already. So we have what we need to spell Mary. These little letters are cute. So it did come with a box, so I'm just going to put it all back in there so I can put the letters in right. There's a couple little other things on the bottom there. At symbol and a fleur-de-lis and a key and a heart. So cute. All right. So I have the lid off my paint. I don't want it to dry up, but I think we can do this rose pretty quickly. I also have the lid off of my air dry clay drying up. So, okay, put this down. Boy, it makes a difference when it starts to dry up. So, always keep it in a closed container or a baggie or something. There's also this pretty little pot here too. That would be pretty. We can do a couple of them. All right, I'm just going to do 2 of these at once here. I like this whole situation too. I might try that on an ornament. It's a swag, and then 2, I don't know, whatever you call those things that hang down. I got a bunch of new transfers today in the store. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And a new stencil. And I have to order my stencils also from Dixie Belle. They have some new stencils. Okay, so I'm going to try this method here. Didn't quite fall out on mine the way hers did, but that's okay. Okay, so we've got the rose. Isn't the detail amazing on these? And the basket. So I'm just going to do the same thing with the paint and just, I think I am going to use this bigger brush because this detail isn't quite as tiny on these. So I have a couple of the bigger soft brushes. So one of the things that I did on this ornament was I went around, I watered down some black paint, and I just went around the outside of the molds. And I think it really gave it a little more dimension. Pretty, pretty roses. Okay, and I'm going to get the ones in the basket here. I think I'll do the bottom of the basket in the white. And I'm not being very neat or particular, but I'm just wanting to get some color on here. And leaving this brush a little bit wet because of my green being kind of dried up. We should be able to get some intense color on there. It's really kind of just hitting the high points, which is kind of looking kind of neat. I like it. Yeah, I think it would be a little too much to do the basket in green. It'd be pretty to use the gold, the mousse. I did not bring that home with me. I don't think I did. Maybe I have it. I'll have to check. And I'm not sure what we're going to do next week again, but who knows? It could be Ornaments Part 3. You never know. I may have a new toy by then. Want to play with something else. Maybe I'll have the bigger stamps and we'll do books, perhaps. Perhaps. Red on red, and this is Barn Red, and this is Kudzu. Okay, and I'm going to paint the bottom of the baskets. With sawmill gravy, and it picked up a little bit of the barn red, which is cool. It made sort of a little bit of a pinkish color, which I'm okay with. I want a little bit more green. Oh, I put my green brush away and I closed it up. That's all right. You get the idea. A bit of paint on the back of there. That was from when I did the rust, I think. Okay, scratched off. Okay, so all right, I'm going to stamp first again. All right, so we're spelling Mary, right? Merry. So we need an R right in the middle. Okay, and I'm gonna offload a little bit here. Okay. Okay, R. All right. And Y. Why? Because we like you. Okay, see, that was a glob, so you really have to offload. There, that looks good. Because if you do it, I'm getting to see if you do it on the plate, then you see what the image. Oh, I thought I lost you guys for a second. Okay. If you do it on the plate, then you can see what the image looks like. So glob. That looked pretty good. Kind of. For the first time with these tiny little stamps, not too bad. Mary. Okay. Like I said, I wish I had my wipes down here because I just don't want paint to stay on these stamps. So I'm using a dry paper towel, but I'm just trying to get most of it off. All right. So, what other word? Come on, holiday words, help me out. You could use your imagination and maybe start this thing down and use a lot of the other roses and make a tree out of it. That would be cool. Hey, who knows? Maybe we'll do that. Okay, so, because I put a little bit of the pink on there, we'll just use a little pink ribbon to tie this one. Getting fancy. Again, put the loop through the front. I have to kind of double it here. That little reinforcement thing fell off. I don't think that'll be very noticeable. I could glue it back on, but I'm not going to. You know, you don't have to do this extra little loop in there. I just like to. So, all right. So we have Mary, Joy. I think these guys are cute too. And taking another sip of my tea, which really needs reheated. Nothing worse than cold tea, unless, of course, you're drinking iced tea. Then it's okay, right? It's different when it has milk in it. Or if you have it on ice cubes, then it's okay. It's a lot of rules, right? Okay, so that's not going to fit quite like that. It's going to look weird like this. What to do? Maybe a little angle. About like that. Okay, and words. Let me see. Peace. How about peace? That reminds me, I do have a really pretty peace stencil. That's bigger though. So that would be a nice thing. So P E. Okay, I didn't use an A yet. So where's the A? C. Okay, the A should be with us here. I remember I took that one off, but I must have laid it down here. So now we have to find it since we're going to use it. I don't know how I lose things on this little table. You know, it's like just sitting here. Okay. O. J. Here's A. Problem solved. Okay. Next one. It's kind of neat the way they stick together until you take them apart. Okay. And I like these little stamps though. They're cool. I do want bigger ones, but okay. What am I spelling? Peace. So P-E-A would be the middle letter. Blob, blob, blob. That looks like an A. And it almost seems like the quicker that you put it down, the better. That's pretty good. Oh, yeah, B-E-A-C-E. And you know, it does not have to be perfectly lined up because that kind of gives it that handmade look that you're going for. That one turned out really good, I think. Okay. Something in the back of my mold. Okay. So pretty. I'm going to use this one this time. You certainly could put that loop in through the back, but I just like the way it looks when it comes down over the front. Again, personal preference. A little knot at the top. Okay, I'm pretty pleased with that one. I really think that one turned out nice. I like them all. I like the different ribbons on them. Just want to see the front of that. Yeah, pretty pleased. Again, I think these could easily be gift tags and then ornaments. All right, guys, what is next? Well, I know this is just a small thing, but now that I found the pink yarn or ribbon, I'm just going to put the pink ribbon on this so that I can say that is complete. And I'm also going to put it on the glitter one too, but I want to add more glitter to that. I don't think that's quite done. And again, you don't have to add the loop through there. You could just easily just tie it through. It's kind of like the way it looks. All right. I just think these are adorable. Yeah, cute. All right, so there's that. And like I said, need more glitter, but get some pink thread, red ribbon. So as always, I really appreciate it if you share these videos. This time I'm just sticking it straight through. Our subscriber count is growing. I think it's 383. So growth is good. And 1,000 is going to be better, right? We just hit the hour mark. So I think we're going to be good. I was going to do another the swag mold and put it on an ornament. Tell you what, I will do it and then I'll wait and paint it later because like I said, they always shrink. So I don't want to paint the ornament first and wait for it to dry. So I'll just put the mold on there, let it dry, and then paint it tomorrow. So that one is done. I love it that I'm getting all these projects done. So I'm going to put the lid on my sawmill gravy finally so it doesn't dry up. So I would be really sad if I had a dried up container of a 16-ounce container of probably one of my new favorite colors. I just love that color. Maybe I just love Dixie Belle paints. Do you think that might be it? All of the colors? There's not a bad one. I'm trying to think if there's any that I have never tried. I'm sure there probably is. I know. I really don't. Okay, so one more mold. I don't even know if this is going to work. I'm going to get another ornament out here. A new ornament. Okay. Oh, I already put some unicorn eyes on that one. These ones are together. I'm going to just cut the little cord off to get it out because I don't use those little cords anyway, so. Okay. So, plain, simple ornament. Clear plastic. I think these came from the Dollar Tree. And they were 2 in a pack, so 50 cents. I'm going to try the big swag and see if it works. I just don't know whether it'll wrap the whole way around the ornament or if it's going to be too big. So. I actually like using the hot glue with these. I didn't think I would. I usually use tacky glue or wood glue, or you use it with furniture. I always use wood glue. But you know what? I have been seeing, surprisingly, some of the other furniture artists using uh, hot glue. They use the Gorilla hot glue. So I was kind of surprised to see that. But you know what? If it makes a good bond, it certainly dries quick because when you're working on furniture, it's a vertical surface unless you have it laying flat. So the chance that it can, kind of slide down your furniture piece before the glue dries is a possibility. So I guess the hot glue kind of keeps it in place quicker. Of course, they might be doing that with a mold that's made with 2-part epoxy. So that's different. But so far tonight, these are reacting really well with the hot glue. I'm not using Gorilla. Okay. Nice. All right, let's see how this is going to work. If it does indeed work. Oh, perfect. Yeah. So just rolling on out there. Try to kind of squish it down so that we get the edges. So any glue that's squishing, we put it to good use to the edge of the mold. Now, I don't know if you can see there or not, but I lost a little bit of detail there from squishing. Might have been when I had it laying on the table and rolled it, but it's okay. We'll be all right. Okay, really hard piece of glue there. Dried pretty quickly. All right, so we will let this baby dry overnight so it'll shrink before we paint it. And then we'll paint this up. And I think this one's going to be pretty as well. I'm really enjoying making ornaments. So I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you Saturday on Tuesday Talk for this part, or Saturday on Tuesday Talk. Saturday for our step-by-step. It'll be the second part of closet transformation. It's actually a china closet into a baby girl closet. So that will be part 2 on Saturday of that. And if I don't catch you then we'll see you next week on Tuesday Talk. All right. Thanks so much for watching and have a great week. Bye-bye.